Hello and welcome to the first ever devlog for Modern Game Dev 2. Today I'll just be talking about the plan for the game, and I've only been working on it for about 2 days, so I'll show you how far in I am, which is not far at all, and then you can see, and hopefully I'll follow these up every now and then. Basically, I doubt any of you know what Modern Game Dev is. It's the first game I ever made, and it's just a game dev tycoon style game because that's what I like to play, and I didn't listen to any of those YouTube videos that say, oh, don't ever make your first game your dream game, when I should have, because it turned out pretty bad. As you can see with these screenshots, like the UI was the main complaint I got, because I thought making it colourful would make it good, but it just made it like kind of weird. And then there was a lot of bugs that I couldn't fix because I was just bad at coding, and there's just a lot of things wrong with the game. But it does work pretty well, and I do recommend that you try it if you're interested in the sequel. So I've only ever made like 2 games that I put on itch, but I have made like a handful that I haven't. You can play this if you want, but you probably won't have much fun. I do recommend you play this one because it's a lot better. Basically what I was doing with Modern Game Dev was I have a 2200 line long script for no reason. The entire game is just on one script, which is probably not a good idea. And also, like, the UIs, everyone hates the UIs for this game. I don't really think they're that bad, but I do understand most of the complaints, especially like the color schemes I chose, and the half-assed tutorial that got some complaints. So Modern Game Dev 2, I've chosen like a much more minimalist UI. So this is the main UI for now. Instead of that entire sidebar with like 10 buttons, I've condensed them down to like 4 buttons and put them on the bottom, and I think that looks a lot cleaner. And then I've also made, when you have a game in progress, which one is it? This one. It just came up with this like ugly menu in the top, whereas here I've expanded it to this, which I think will look a lot better because it's cleaner and smaller, and I've just made the UI fit a lot better. It's like a kind of glassy texture. It's all like transparent for when I put the 3D work in, which is probably what I'm leaving to last, but I'm planning ahead for that, because right now it's just this, which is not very good. The main menu doesn't have much. I've also committed to doing animations in this game, little things like that. The same difficulty system applies, but I think the UI looks a lot better minimalist like this. You'll probably think it just looks unfinished, and that's because it is, but it'll probably get some improvements in the future, and then the minimalist look should be fine. And then you've got all your buttons and everything here. It's a lot more simple. This will be hidden, of course, when you're not making a game, but I haven't coded much of this yet. That's the main menu. I've only really started coding today, and the script's very short for now. But what I'm doing at the moment is getting the design document finished, so I think this is a big improvement over this one. So this one's just drop down menus for everything. Here I've got, this is my favourite part with the genres, you can have this grid, which I think looks pretty good. And then there's also drop down menus, but they're more like spaced apart, so it doesn't look like this thing, it's just kind of weird. And then all of these like data, like the ETA, audience and stuff, that's going to go in here, which I'm about to do next. And yeah, so this is all I've done for now. I was just kind of trying to get a proof of concept and then also talk about where it's going to go. So I would like to just every feature from the original put it into the sequel, but actually make them work and flesh them out more. So, for example, I did a lot of things wrong with this game. The main one, I think, was the publishing. There. Okay, so what I had was this stupid system where you can just press on a publisher and you get this set cut. I'll keep the... Basically, what I'm going to do in this game is judging on the quality of your game. Here you can select whether you're self-publishing or pitching the game to a publisher, and based on the quality you will get a randomized offer. But like, the better the quality, the better publishing deal you're going to get, but also the higher expectation they'll have. So if I'm making like a really good game, I'll have like a 70% minimum quality and a 20% cut. But then making a bad one, I'd get a deal like this. And also, the stock market needs to be balanced a lot, because I kind of made that too easy. So it was just a duplicating money glitch. And I'll probably make the loan system, I want to make the loan system customizable, how much you take a loan for, and then the interest rate depends on, like, you can choose how many years you want and how much money you want, and then the game will calculate an interest rate. And I also want to make everything work. That's the main goal. This game had a lot of shortcomings, a lot of just little bugs around that kind of screwed over a lot of things, and I need to overhaul the entire saving system, because what I did with this game, when I didn't really know how to like save and load games, is I saw like 2 or 3 ways to do it, and I probably chose the worst one, honestly, which was a binary file. So all the save data is in binary, which means it can only save integers, and this is why, like, if anyone's ever played this game, when loading your company, it's not going to save your company name, and it's also not going to save your portfolio, because all it can save is integers. And I did kind of find a way around this by like converting the company name into an integer and then back out, but that was very buggy. It like barely ever worked. So that needs to be something that I take into consideration, like, heavily. And those are the main things I want to talk about, because those were the things that I personally think were worst in this game. Also, the 3D work is going to be a lot better, I think. I'm still not very good at 3D work, but I'm going to try a lot harder at it, because a lot of people complained that like there weren't any people in the scene, and the scenes weren't randomized enough, which I kind of agree with, and I could do that if I tried hard enough. It's just going to take a while. And I do want to do that. Like, I want to make this game proper. The original modern game dev I made in around 2 to 3 months, which sounds like a lot of time, but when you don't know what you're doing, it's really not a lot of time. And if I made a game that trashy again, I could make it a lot quicker. But this time I actually want to invest a lot of time in it. And I've got a lot of stuff going on at school, because it's the end of the year, so I won't be working on it too much. It'll probably take... I said here the ETA for an alpha would be December. I think that's pretty accurate. I'll definitely have a playable build before December. But for like a finished build, I'd say like February, March next year. Because, like I said, I don't have much time to be working on this game. I got a lot of stuff going on. And I want it to be perfect before I say it's a final build. And yeah, I will make as many devlogs as I can be bothered making, because I think that's a good way to drum up some hype, maybe get some people interested. And yeah, if you have ever played this game, and if you haven't, like, you should try play it, and then tell me what you think I should be doing in a sequel, because I'm very big on feedback. Like, I just want to, because like people always get biased when making their own work, you know. So I want to make sure I'm making something that people actually want, and it's not just I think this is a good idea and no one else does. So if you've ever played this game, speak up, tell me what to do for the sequel, and there's a good chance I'll actually do it. Yeah, that's all I've done on the game for now. I will show some more stuff when I've done it. I'll probably aim to make another devlog when the entire game development process is finished. I just want to say that that's getting an overhaul from the first game. So in the first game, it went, you do this design document, and then there's like 3 stages to game making. This one's gonna have like 4, maybe even 5 stages to game making. I need to stop talking because every time I think of something about this game, there's some way I want to do it better, because this game was not very good. I'm not afraid to say that. So I'm going to be trying a lot harder. Let me know if you like this UI, because I'm honestly not too sure. But yeah, please, all feedback is good feedback. Thank you for watching, and follow me on itch if you want to be available for when the alpha drops, as well as on YouTube.